whatever it is about my style, my communication and stuff, I was one of the, I'd say, rougher coaches when it comes to like planning and stuff. I would set up hard sled days and things like that. But I was also the coach that would love you up. Mm-hmm. Like I was not like against telling a kid how amazing they are. I've had coaches with me specifically tell other people not to tell me how good I am.
Yeah.
It's weird. Or other things. We've had there was one specific kid, he was a freshman when I started coaching, and he got kicked off the team because they found out he had weed in his bag at school. And this kid, I get emotional talking about it. He reminded me so much of myself, you know?
Yeah.
Damn, I haven't cracked like that. He reminded me so much of myself. And he was a good kid. His parents were split. He was having a rough situation at home.
Sure.
And 1 second.
Yeah.
So he's having a rough time at home. And coach, the head coach of the team, he goes, I can't have this kid on my team. I can't. He's a cancer. I don't want him.
Yeah.
And I got in this like screaming match. I'm a young man at this time. I just finished with school, and I wasn't even a pro strongman yet. This is before I even knew what strongman was. And I'm yelling at this coach, and I'm like, you have no fucking clue who this kid is.
Yeah.
Just going back and forth. And finally he goes, all right, fine. He can be on the team, but if one thing happens, you will never step on this campus again. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was so fired up. I felt like I was, damn, that's hard to say. Yeah. I felt like I was defending myself as a kid.
Yeah, like you saw so much of yourself that it's like almost like this coach was going against you.
Yeah.
But he was really against a kid, and it's like I get it, man. I get it. Like but it almost like hit a nerve. Like hit a nerve for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so I stand up for this kid. He gets on the team, doesn't get in trouble again. I left. I became a pro strongman after 2 years of coaching. I had to leave. And I'm at home after a training day. I'm at my house, and I get a phone call. It's Coach Blankenship.
Okay.
And he goes, Rob, you were right. Guess who's the senior captain this year? Graduating and going to school next year.
Wow.
And I'm not going to say his name, but I'm very proud of you.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's, for me, like, man, being a coach, you've got so much leadway, and you've got all that everyone talks about, being a president or being an astronaut. Man, coaches have shaped my life. Yeah, everyone around me, like, coaches mean a lot.
They do. Honestly, that's such a good point. It really is. And I think that I've mentioned, before, and I like my book that came out this year, I talked about my coaches, and I had some really negative coaching situations, and especially my final coach in college, right? Literally took my love of the game away.
Yeah.
A horrible person, just a horrible person, and in his role, like not a good example, not a good human being. The way that he approached his players was always just yelling and degrading and all of that, where it was never I can respect, and I had other coaches that were tough, man.
Yeah.
But they drew that line of like, we're going to be tough, but we're together. We're a team. We're a group. Like, let's bond. So you would bond. And ironically enough, with those guys, I got way closer because the coach was hard, but we went through it all together.
Yeah.
Right. But you also knew that at the end of the day, the coach loved you.
Yeah.
Right. And he was like, hey, you know what? If you're going to work hard, like you gotta buy into what I'm doing, but also we're all together. Right. And I think that coaches out there should understand for certain kids too. And the crazy part is I went back to my old high school, right? For a couple different things. And it's changed a lot, right? Like, so when I was growing up, the basketball games, for example, the parents, like your parents all went to the game. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking back, I don't think there was a guy that I played with that his parents weren't together, right? And that they didn't come to the game. So it's like, oh, there's his parents, they're your parents, whatever. Like everybody, and they all traveled. They were all friends, like got along. And so after
the community,
the game, yeah. But I was like, looking at the game, and it was not very many parents there. And the coach now is like, well, it's different, because a lot of these boys, like, they don't either mom and dad are split, or dad's not around, and then both of them, the parents sometimes wouldn't even come to the game, not support the kid, whatever.
Yeah.
So when you're in that situation, now the coach role becomes even greater because the parents aren't involved. You don't have dad around. So a lot of times the coach may be the father figure.
Right.
Right. And so
that
if you're
was with me. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't have that coach that's like, okay, I'm going to, I'm going to be tough with you, but also I'm going to be that support for you as well. Right. And I think, kids can really, really get attached to different coaches. It's crazy. Like, we've seen it with our younger son, actually, and he had a coach who was just playing flag football, and the coach is tough. He's real with them. I love it. Right. Like, I love that. And it's like, hey, you can be hard on them and expect what they should do. Yeah. Right. And if they don't do it, get on them.
Yeah.
And it's like, but also he will talk to them in that manner.
You got to love them up too.
Yeah.
They have to, it's like a dad. If your dad just beats your ass all the time,
totally,
it's different than a dad that's like, I care for you, I love you all the time, and then when you do something wrong, it affects them, and
100%.
It's a relationship of gigantic magnitude.
So for you with the coaches, because of that, did you feel like you latched on to certain ones? And
well, like, my mentor, the person who helped me become a man, he was the offensive line coach and the athletic director at Aptos High, Coach Mark Dorfman. It saved my life.
Just a good dude.
Good man. He played tight end at Cal, and he's just an unassuming old hippie guy. Like, you would never expect. Like, he looked like a football coach. He always had a hoodie and shorts on, and man, he stood up for me in times, and I won't even. I don't think I could even get through talking about that stuff.
Yeah.
But he was just always there for me, always. And then even now, to this day, recently, I had an old high school friend, one of my best friends. He kind of like turned on me and started saying mean stuff online about me.
Huh.
And it bothered me. It was weird, like I had a rough, no woe me, poor me bullshit, but I had a turbulent childhood at times, and I lived at his house for almost a year.
Wow.
I slept in his garage, and to me, that's like for life. Like I still think of him as that 17-year-old kid that had my back.
Yeah.
And like he was online saying stuff, this and that. People, I'm 99% sure he's got some other issue, but it came out as I said something about being from Santa Cruz, which I am from Santa Cruz County, and I'm born in Watsonville.
Okay.
And so like his whole thing was that I was pretending that I wasn't from Watsonville, which is
but it's in Santa Cruz County.
Yeah.
So, and it's probably really close.
It is. It's all the same thing. It's all one county. And literally most of my life I lived in Corlitas or Aptos. Like I bounced around in that county.
Okay.
And I lived in Santa Cruz City for a long time too, and stuff. So when I say it, a lot of times I'll say Santa Cruz or whatever. And one of these times he must have heard it, and like that was some kind of break in our friendship. Like, I don't know. It was really, really weird, and I'm almost positive it has something to do with something else.
Sure.
And so I didn't really worry about it too much after I emailed Coach Dorfman.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, because we grew up together. And so like I was talking to him, and he, I'm not going to say what he said because I don't want to do that. But he was there for me as a 40-year-old man.
Yeah,
he was there for me when I was a homeless kid. He kept me from getting kicked out of school. He made sure I graduated. Just
good dude.
Yeah. I owe him everything. I wish he had a cell phone so I could call him and tell him I love him more often.
Yeah.
He's an old school guy. I just got an email.
If you enjoyed that clip, you can watch the full episode right here. And to watch another clip, click right here.